One, two, 1, 2, 3. Let's go!
This is the Roger the Wild Child Show, Nashville Edition. Come on! Buckle up, y'all. It's another boot-stomping, guitar-slinging, full-throttle ride through the heart of Music City, spotlighting new faces, rising stars, and the hottest voices in country music and beyond. With your host, Roger the Wild Child, and riding shotgun, his partners in crime, the talented producer, songwriter, and musician, Patrick James, and the rockin' rebel with a Nashville soul, Tiana Woods. Want to know the nitty-gritty straight out of Music City? We've got your Nashville music news. So, grab your boots, crank it up loud, and get ready to ride.
Roger! It's Roger the Wild Child Show!
All right, guys, and welcome. Woo! Are you ready or what?
Yeah. We're ready.
What's happening, kids?
It is hoodie season. That's what it is.
I know. Isn't that terrible?
I know.
She's laughing because she's in the beautiful sun.
Yeah.
It's nice out.
But it does get very cold in the mornings and at night. During the afternoon, it's California sun and sand.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
Yes. Absolutely. So we got a great show tonight. Ronnie McDowell is here.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. The legend, the man, the myth. We had his son on not too long ago, Tyler, singing about Disneyland. And now we got the Grand Poobah himself.
The Grand Poobah himself.
Explaining to us what older women are all about.
I'm all ears. I'm all ears, Ronnie.
Right. So we'll have him come up here shortly. We're also going to be talking here shortly with our good friend Randy Sutton. We have a amazing benefit concert coming up, Nashville Palace, November 5th. We'll talk about those details here momentarily. But we're going to get this party going. But first, we're going to go ahead and do some Nashville music news.
First couple go left, first couple go right. Dixie style to an ocean wave. All eight circulate.
Y'all ready for some Nashville news? Skunk to the backyard, PU.
All right, guys, time for some Nashville music news. All right, so if you've seen Keith Urban live, you've probably noticed his amazing guitarist, Maggie Bow. Now, well, she won't be on stage with Keith at his upcoming Nashville show, but don't worry, it's for a good reason. Maggie's got her own solo show that same night in Carmel, Indiana. All right, so she's juggling both worlds right now. So touring guitarist by day and rising country artist by night. So you got to love the hustle. Blake Shelton is in the news. Wants to know what hypes him up before a show. Well, he says it depends on the mood. Sometimes it's Hank Williams Jr., sometimes Conway Twitty, and always a little vodka with Sprite Zero on ice. So that's his drink.
Okay.
All right. So make
Vodka
note of
with
that.
Sprite Zero.
Vodka with Sprite Zero on ice.
That works.
Yes. You got it? Okay.
Got it.
Now he is gearing up for the new CBS series The Road, premiering this Sunday, October 19th, where contestants compete for a chance to tour with Keith Urban, and Blake's just keeping it real and a little boozy. So, but our friend Billy Joe Jones will be one of the contestants on that show.
Awesome.
Sunday night. She's amazing. Texas country artist, my friend. And she's also going to be opening the show in Nashville that we're talking about on November 5th for the Wounded Blue. So we'll talk about that here momentarily. Now, speaking of Keith, he's not sugarcoating things. Now, in the same show, The Road, Keith opens up and about how tough tour life can be. So the long nights, the isolation, it's not always as glamorous as the spotlight makes it look. Right, Pat?
Yep, that is very true.
It's very
Patrick
true.
knows.
Roger, you're
Right.
cutting. Your connection is like really. You're cutting in and out. I don't
Am
know.
I?
What it is.
Okay.
You
How's
are.
that? Is that better?
No. How's your connection with him? Tiana?
Fine.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You're crystal clear, and try it again, Roger.
Am I coming out? Am I coming in clear now?
No, you like it's like wavy. I don't know what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, but I
How's
can.
that? Is that better?
It's a pinch better. Yeah,
Pinch better? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I
You can
do-
hear me.
like you're freezing up, Roger, but she's fine. I don't know. It's like weird.
Okay. Tiana, how am I doing? How am I sounding?
Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Jason Aldean, here's a fun one. He is apparently the Santa Claus of country tours. Now, he once gave Kane Brown a four-wheeler after they toured together, and then when Luke Bryan opened for him years ago, he got a bass boat. So, if Jason ever invites you on tour, say yes, because you might leave with a new toy.
Nice.
Yes.
And finally, Carrie Underwood and Amy Grant are teaming up for a great cause. Now, the Grand Ole Opry's annual Opry Goes Pink happens October 25th, raising money for breast cancer awareness. Now, it's the 17th year of this incredible event, and $5 from every ticket sold will go straight to Susan G. Komen. And that's a look at your Nashville music news for this week.
Very nice. Well done, Roger.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I told
sound good.
Tiana I'm going to let her do the news next week.
Oh, wonderful. I think you'll do amazing, Tiana.
I don't think he knows what he's asking.
Is that right?
I think you'll crush it.
I said I'll take a crack at it. So let's
Okay.
see what happens.
Of course. All right, guys, let's bring on Randy Sutton. Okay, Randy is the founder and CEO of The Wounded Blue. Randy, welcome back to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Hello, all. Hello, all. Nice to be here.
Now, we have an exciting event that we are going to be doing on November 5th. Amazing lineup. Randy, why don't you tell everybody all about it?
We have something really special. I could not be more excited about this country music event to help raise money and awareness for the Wounded Blue. Now, the Wounded Blue is the National Assistance and Support Organization for Injured and Disabled Law Enforcement Officers, a nationwide charity. It's helped more than 16,000 American law enforcement officers who have been injured either physically or emotionally and psychologically. And we are saving lives, saving careers, saving marriages, and it is an incredible it's an incredible charity. So raising money for charity is always difficult. And so when you get an opportunity to do something that's fun and help raise money, well, there's nothing better. And we've got some of the biggest country stars in the industry that have signed on and said, we want to help law enforcement and we want to help the Wounded Blue. We got Daryl Worley, we got John Berry, we got we've got. I mean, just a couple of days ago, Vince Gill, he came on and said, "I'm coming to join you guys too." Mark
That's awesome.
Wills, Mark Wills, who of course is actually a captain on a sheriff's department down in the Nashville area. So
really?
it's going to be incredible. We've got a full lineup of incredible country stars, and it's going to be at the Nashville Palace, which I love that venue. It's a
Beautiful venue.
Oh, I think
and
Randy.
it's
Oh, there you go.
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. We've got it's not even expensive. It's $40 a ticket to get in.
To see all of them artists perform.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And of course, there's some VIP seats. There's some meet and greets that can happen. We're going to be kicking off our 9/11 campaign $9.11 a month to help raise money for the Wounded Blue, because, as we say it, when the people need help, they call 911. But when the police need help, they call the Wounded Blue. So that's what this is going to be, an amazing event. Really looking forward to it. We got Roger's going to be down there hanging out with us down there and doing his thing. So it's really going to be cool. And Ronnie, who is on the show tonight, he's going to be performing as well.
Absolutely, he is. He's all excited about it too. So, yeah. So some of the artists, we got Ronnie, we got Daryl Worley, Mark Wills, Vince Gill, Buddy Jewel, John Conley, John Barry, Chad Brock, our friend Chad will be there, Maggie Bow, and Jennifer Grant, and then Billy Joe Jones. So great talent, and there may be some more surprise talent.
There's a very good possibility there'll be another surprise in the mix there.
There you go. So if you guys are in the Nashville area, November 5th, it's at the Nashville Palace. You can go to thewoundedblue.org to get your tickets. And we're excited about this. I'll be co-hosting the event. I have all these artists that are going to be performing, and we're raising money for a great, great cause.
Mm-hmm. Very excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a badass.
I'm looking forward to it. I love shit that's badass.
And I will be wearing my cowboy hat.
All right.
There you go.
And
what about your
boots.
shit kickers?
And my boots and nothing else.
There you
Okay, I'm lying about that. Okay.
That's for the VIP room, Randy.
That's right. Exactly. Bring your quarters.
Hey guys, check it out. Thewoundedblue.org. Go get your tickets. We'll see you in Nashville, November 5th at the Nashville Palace. Randy.
Can't wait to meet you, Randy. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it myself. See you soon.
All right. See you soon.
Thank you, Randy.
All righty. So there you go. That's what's going on. That lineup is a stellar lineup. Can't wait to do the show. So 3 weeks from tonight.
That's going to be exciting. That's
a
great price for all those wonderful acts.
Yes.
It's a great cause.
Yes, it is.
It is. All right, guys. I know you've been waiting. Let's bring him on. Are you guys ready? Drum roll, please. There you go. That works.
Patrick has better acoustics than I do, so.
Oh my gosh. So I'm honored to be joined by a true country music legend, Ronnie McDowell, from his breakout tribute, The King Is Gone, to more than 30 top 10 hits. Now, Ronnie has delivered timeless songs and unforgettable performances. Now, he shared stages with Conway Twitty, Tammy Wynette, and even lent his voice to Elvis projects. Please welcome Ronnie McDowell to the show. Hello, Ronnie.
Live and in color. Speaking of Conway, Conway gave me this necklace 40-something years ago.
Wow.
CT.
That's amazing.
He was not only my mentor and my friend, but he was like my second dad. Can you believe Conway's been gone 37 years?
Wow.
Wow.
It's like, where does the time go? Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And he and I have 2 songs on my new duet album. I just re-signed with Curb last year, Mike Curb. I signed with Curb in 1984. And Mike Curb said, Ronnie, I'm signing you back up. And I said, well, that's fine, Mike, but I want some money. He said, you want some money? I said, yeah. And he said, how much you want? And just out of the top of my head, I said, 110,000. He said, why 110,000? I said, I don't know. That's what I just came up with. And he said, well, I tell you what, Ronnie, you come down to the office tomorrow and I'll have you a check. And he did. And Mike Curb and Linda Curb and I, we've been friends since 1984. I walked into the Curb Records office and I was doing one of those Elvis projects. I think I was doing the Priscilla Presley movie. I did 36 songs in that movie. And I went out to Curb Records to sign up with him. And there was 3 guys standing in the hallway. And I walked by and Mike Curb said, "Hey, ain't you Ronnie McDowell?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I thought you was an older guy." And I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "I'm Mike Curb. I'm the one that's going to sign you." And I said, "Well, I thought you were an older guy." And so anyway, that was 1984, and I'm still with him. So isn't that cool?
That's
Aw.
amazing.
That is way cool.
That's a great story. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. I love that. Very cool.
So we had your son Tyler on not too long ago, but I don't know who's more entertaining, him or you.
Oh, he is by far. Tyler, he's got his own voice. You know, even when he does my songs, he sounds like Tyler. And if he does an Elvis song or a Conway Twitty song, he doesn't try to do like I do, because
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I was trying to sound like everybody. It wasn't just Elvis. I was trying to do this. I said, "Hello, darling." I was trying to do everybody's voice. But Tyler,
Yeah.
when he does, you know, those songs, he just sounds like Tyler, which I
Yeah.
think is very cool.
that is way cool.
Yeah.
So the King has gone with such a powerful tribute and really
Yeah.
launched your career. What was going through your mind when you wrote and recorded that song?
Well, I'll tell you, it was that Tuesday afternoon. I was rehearsing with my band in Nashville. And I told the boys, I said, "I know Elvis has a song out called Moody Blue, but I want to do an old Elvis song." And we, ironically, we worked up Return to Sender.
Love that
And
song.
I think, me too, Otis Blackwell. And so I got in my 77 Camaro, started toward Bowling Green, Kentucky, because I had a gig, and turned the radio on. And I never will forget, as soon as I turned it on, it was 2:22 in the afternoon. And as soon as I turned it on, the DJ goes, "Elvis has passed away."
Oh, man.
And I never will forget, this just started coming to me. I was barely 6 years old when I first heard him sing. And somehow I knew from that moment on, it'd be a lifetime thing. All of that came to me within 15 minutes, but I had already been writing songs for 5 years. I got out of Vietnam, May of 1972. I'm a 3-term combat veteran and damn
Thank
proud
you for your
of it.
service.
Thank you. And so, thank you. And I before I got to Bowling Green, I had that written, and I'd already wrote songs for Roy Drusky, the Wilburn Brothers, Billy Walker, Jeannie Shepherd, and I was just having a ball writing records. And we went in 2 days after Elvis passed away, that Thursday, and we recorded it. And I didn't know any of the musicians. And the guy that was playing the piano, he said, "Why don't we do this like Are You Lonesome Tonight?" And I said, "Why do you want to do it like that?" And he said, "I think it'll have a nice ring to it." And so we did. But then Lee Morgan, who wrote the singing part of the record, because I wrote the talking part and he wrote that, and we combined it together. And that's what we came up with. And Lee said, "Ronnie, I come out to the Country Godfather and I see you a lot. And when you do an Elvis song, you sound a lot like Elvis. Why don't you sound like Elvis?" And I said, "Why do I want to do that?" He said, "I think it'll affect people more." And had it not been for Lee Morgan saying that and me doing the Elvis talking thing, and because Elvis is my total inspiration. And so when I did, I don't think it would have worked had I not done that, because everybody comes up to me from all over the world and they say, "I thought Elvis was singing about his death." And, you know, which is a compliment to me, but it went on to sell 6 million records.
God bless.
Yeah.
Amazing. Hey, so I just want to let you know we got a comment. Chad Polnick on Facebook says, "Thank you for your service."
Oh, thank you. Hey, I'm more proud of that than anything, because I landed in Saigon October the 26th, 1968 at 18 years young. And I was there in 68, 69, and 72. And I went to the Cracker Barrel this morning, and I had my Vietnam hat on, and this guy had his on. He said, "See, you got a Vietnam hat on." I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "When was you in Vietnam?" And I said, 1968. He said, "Now, wait a minute. I was there in 1968. He said, "You look too young to be in Vietnam in 1968. I said, "I'm a time traveler."
I love that.
Hey, Tyler came up with that. He said, "Dad, when anybody says ask you this. You look too young to be in Vietnam. He said, tell him you're a time traveler. So I use that all the time.
That's great.
Yeah, so Chad says my dad was in Saigon in 67, 68 at
Oh,
19.
wow. He was there when I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is your dad still living?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll pop up in the comment. Oh, no. Wait.
Pardon?
We'll find out from the comments. Hang on one second here. I'm sure he'll pop in. While I was doing that, you've had more than 30 top 10 hits. That's incredible. Now, do you have a favorite song or moment do you always think back on?
Oh, Lord, I have so many. Y'all may not know this about me, but my band for 8 years was the Kentucky Headhunters.
I love that band.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
and
yeah.
so
That's a great
so I told the boys one day, I said, I've got an idea of doing It's Only Make Believe up tempo. Conway and I had already recorded it in 1980, and he wrote a talking part to set it up, and I wouldn't take anything for that. And so me and the boys recorded it, and I had this idea of doing it like a shuffle, like an old Elvis song. And we did it, and I got Martin Kicklighter, the drummer. I pulled a chair over there and put a towel over it, and I said, Martin, slap on this chair and make it sound like Elvis doing Don't Be Cruel when he slapped on the back of that guitar. And that's what you hear on the record. So anyway, I played it for my producer, Buddy Killen. He goes, Ronnie, that's a hit. I said, well, I feel like it is too. He said, no, Ronnie, that's a hit. He said, by the way, Conway's down at Master Phonics. Go down there and play it for him. So I played it for Conway, and Jimmy Bowen was sitting next to him. And Conway jumped up out of his chair. He said, Ronnie, that's a hit. I said, but Conway, I want you to sing on it. He said, you don't need me on that. That's a hit without me. And Jimmy Bowen goes, yeah, Ronnie, that's a hit. And so I talked Conway into it. And when it got in the top 5, I never will forget, my phone rang one day. It was July. He said, Ronnie, this is Conway. Like I didn't know who it was, right? I said, yes, sir. He goes, son, I've been thinking about it, and you did need me on that record. Oh, he was dead serious. I kept waiting for him to laugh, y'all, but he was dead serious. But, if you knew Conway, I was with him for 8 years opening up his shows, and if you knew him, that's exactly how he was. He just told it like it was. I love that.
I love that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So how does your songwriting approach change now compared to when you first started? Do you lean more into personal stories or songs you feel audiences connect with?
Well, I write songs like I did when I first started. To me, I think it's a divine thing. The melody and the words come to me at the same time, just like The King is gone, just like Watchin Girls Go By, which, by the way, has now went over the 2 million airplay. But it was a rainy night in my hometown of Portland, Tennessee, and I had to come up with a follow-up to Older Women. So I pulled out all my old records. Do y'all remember this song right here? And it was a 45. Yeah. I'm a girl watcher. I'm a girl watcher. Watching girls go by. So I literally lifted that title out of that song.
Nice.
And that's how that came to be.
Nice.
And I took it down to the studio. I wrote the verse and the chorus, took it down to Buddy Killen, my producer. And Buddy helped me finish the last verse. And that's how that came about. So,
that's
but
awesome.
songs, they just come to me with the melody and words. I write songs all the time. Yeah. And the B-side of The King is Gone, I wrote when I was 21 years old. And it was, I just got back from Vietnam, and I never will forget it. It was raining. I was in my dad's office. And I looked out and I went, rain sweeps over the city. This thunder could wake the dead. And the wind won't have no pity. Just cuts me like a knife instead. And I was just 20 years old when I wrote that. It's still one of my favorite lyrics. So I've been writing songs a long time. I started in Vietnam. But I never will forget, I was so shy. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I was the shyest kid that ever lived. But me and Chuck Nietzsche and Joe Hedgepeth, we decided we took a break from fighting in Vietnam, and we had a variety show. And I'd learned how to play the guitar, and I got up on stage. Before I did, this old man grabbed my arm. Now, here's the irony of all this. He said, son, where are you going to stand? Elvis Presley stood there in 1956 on the Milton Berle show. I said, yeah, right. I didn't believe him, but it was true. And it was on the USS Hancock. And I stood in the same place. And guess what I sang? You ain't going to believe this. First time I ever sang in my life in front of anybody was 5,000 sailors. And I sang, well, when my blue moon turns to gold again. So I sang an Elvis song first time in my life.
Awesome.
Elvis, I'm telling you, that man just keeps coming. Well, that boy just keeps coming through for me. I mean, till this day. He keeps coming to this day. I don't know if you know, but I'm a painter, and I paint everything. George Jones called me and asked me to do a painting of him getting a DUI on his lawnmower. And, and it's been one of the biggest selling paintings, me and Dolly. And by the way, I'm on Dolly Parton's new Rockstar album.
Right?
Are you
Rockstar
really?
album. And you paint Walt Disney stuff, right?
Yeah, I paint Disney, but the biggest selling thing that I sell, and I'm only telling you because it's the truth. Me and Dolly, George Jones, Johnny Cash, you name it, but nobody sells like Elvis Presley, and that just tells you there are stars and there are stars, and then there's Elvis.
100%.
That's
in a
it.
league of his own.
Yeah, and it's like my friend George Klein said, there's the stars, but Elvis was his own galaxy. And so, and I believe that, not just because me and Paul McCartney and Bruce Springsteen and John Lennon, we all say the same thing, Elvis was our total inspiration.
And me too.
Yeah.
I get it.
Chad did
Elvis
answer your
I get it.
Chad did answer your question earlier. His dad did pass away in 24 at the age of 77.
Oh, wow. Well, I hate that, but I appreciate his service. And that's why I'm going to love being down there for the Boys in Blue, because, every show, I end my show with a song for the veterans. And I'm going to do that. I do 3 things in my show, always. Me and Conway. And I have Conway's voice with me. So I do me and Conway because he was like my dad. And then an Elvis song. And then I do a song for the veterans. And I will till I stop doing what I'm doing. Seriously.
There you go. Keep it going.
I love that.
And that's why I love the Boys in Blue.
Say hi to you.
Pardon?
LaDonna, our friend.
Hi,
She's
LaDonna.
Say hi to you. Yes.
Hi, darling. I'll tell you like my friend Conway. Hello, darling.
Yeah, you guys can always check out Ronnie McDowell. He's at the Troubadour. He's always popping up, hanging out at the bar, having a drink with everybody. Sometimes he jumps on stage and does karaoke and whatever.
I have fun. I enjoy what I'm doing. I still have as much fun as first time I got in front of people in Vietnam. But I want to tell you, in 1968, the second time I sang was in the Philippines. We took a break from fighting, had some R&R. And Elvis was the hottest thing again on the planet because he had the 68 comeback special. So I went up and I had 1 beer. I never drank alcohol in my life and had 1 beer. And halfway through the beer, I told my buddy from Columbia, Tennessee, I said, I'm going to get up and sing a song with this band because those Filipino bands could play anything. And I said, can y'all do Love Me Tender? Well, I did it like Elvis. And halfway through that song, I'm telling you, all the girls rushed the stage and they said, me take you home, Joe. And guess what? I said, this is what I want to do the rest of my life.
That's awesome. Hey, I want to hear you sing Older Women.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Jamie O'Hara, who wrote that song, who sadly passed away 2 years ago, the first song he did for me was Wandering Eyes. You remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
That was the song that went to number 2, and then Older Women. But Jamie came in and sat down on the couch and he said, Ronnie, you've got to record Older Women. Well, I was going to the studio with Buddy Killen with the Jordanaires. I always wanted the Jordanaires on my records. And so I told Jamie, I said, Jamie, I just don't think women want to be known as older women. He said, Ronnie, my girlfriend's 38 years old and I'm 29 and I know what I'm talking about. I said, all right, Jamie, sing it for me one more time. And he did. And I said, okay, Jamie, we'll try it. Now, here's how fate works. Fate is a hunter. It will find you. And that morning, it found me. I gathered around the microphone with the Jordanaires, the original Jordanaires. Well, I didn't know this song. I did it one time. I go into the control room, and Buddy Killen, he jumped up, and he said, what else do we need to do? And I said, Buddy, I don't even know that song. He said, listen, one take, a #1 record. And fate is a hunter, and it found me that morning.
Wow.
Aw.
That's amazing.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
I'll do just a little of it. Older women are beautiful lovers. I said older women, they understand. Yes, they do. I've been around some, and I have discovered that older women know just how to please a man, and older men are grateful for that.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, dude. That is
love it.
awesome.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? One take, and it was a #1 record.
I
Isn't
love
that
that.
crazy?
I love
You know,
that.
That's how it happens.
Stars just aligned for you.
That's exactly right. But I want to tell you, Jamie came up to me and he goes, Ronnie, Jamie O'Hara. He said, I got your next #1 record. I said, play it for me, Jamie. He had a demo and I listened to it. And I said, nah, Jamie, I don't think so. He said, okay. So you know who did it?
Who did?
And it was a Grammy-winning song. The Judds.
No way.
Really?
Yeah. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! Wow.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm going to stand up and kick myself right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, I turned down, Conway came to my 29th birthday and he was spinning a 45 record on his finger. He goes, you know what this is? And this is exactly how he talked. You know what this is? I said, yes, sir, it's a record. He said, well, the guy that did it, it didn't work for him. You take it home and listen to it. If you like it, it's yours. And if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. I brought it back the next day and I said, Conway, I really don't like that. He said, okay, I'm going to do it. Happy birthday, darling.
No way.
Wow.
God.
Oh, that ain't the end of that story. So he calls me on the bus in Louisville, at the Louisville Gardens. He goes, it was just me and him. And he goes, well, you've turned down a #1 record. I got you another one. I said, well, what is it? He said, well, it's about a man and his wife. And he sang the whole song for me. And he was looking right at me the whole time, sang it a cappella like Barney Fife. But he sang it a cappella, the whole song. And he looked at me and he said, how do you like it? And I said, Conway, that's the dirtiest song I've ever heard in my life. There is nobody going to play a song called
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We lost him.
Called what? Called what, Ronnie?
Ronnie, where are you?
What
Wait,
happened?
Is he building suspense?
He's leaving us in suspense. I thought it was my internet for a second.
He probably just logged out.
Did you press
Oh
something?
no.
What'd you do? You got to tell
I
me what
hear
you did.
them. I
just
hear
pushed
them, but the screen's black.
The off button. All right, let's see here. Oh, crap.
I can hear them figuring it out. They're like, what happened?
There we go.
Somebody,
Yes.
I apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
Somebody called in. Sorry.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking.
Oh,
Well, don't you love doing those interviews on the phone when you're like,
Sorry.
No worries.
Tyler. Hey, thank God for Tyler.
That's right.
yeah. No, it's
Thanks,
actually
Tyler.
Tyler in the background calling on purpose just to.
Sorry.
oh,
I
it's
don't even know
okay.
where I was at. I don't know where I was
Waiting with bated breath at the rest
Yeah,
of your
they-
story.
Yeah, your
Oh,
audio's not from your speakers now. They
at.
kicked
The
you out.
audio is not from a speaker, Tyler.
Yeah, it's going through the phone now. So.
No. Not now.
We can hear you, but it's coming from the phone. It's not coming through
It's
your.
coming from the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that call knocked you out.
How about now?
There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
No big deal.
I done forgot where I was at. I apologize. Oh,
No,
yeah,
totally
I told
fine.
I told Conway
it
that
was the dirtiest song you had ever heard.
Yeah,
and
I said, Conway, that's the dirtiest song I've ever heard in my life. And it was I'd Love to Lay You Down. Huge #1 record for Conway Twitty. So that ain't the end. That ain't the end of it. He called me up to his office one day and he said, now you need to do this song. He played it for me. I said, Conway, that sounds too much like Elvis. He said, what are you talking about? What's wrong with Elvis? And I said, well, I just don't want to do anything that sounds like Elvis because everybody thinks I'm one of them Elvis impersonators. He said, no, they don't. You've had your own records. I said, I know, but he said, all right, if you don't do it, I'm going to give it to Eddie Raven then. So he did, and Eddie had a #1 record with it, In a Letter to You.
Oh, wow.
Well, I told all this at Conway's funeral service. I cried the whole time. I swear I did. And at Center Point Barbecue, I jumped out of my old Ford truck, and here come Conway. He loved these old Pacer cars, had a Pacer. And he jumped out of his Pacer, and he goes, funny, I should run into you. I said, why is that, Conway? He said, I got a song for you. I said, give me that sucker. I don't care what it sounds like.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, my gosh. So what advice would you give to artists just starting today who want to build a long, meaningful career, like yours?
I would tell everybody what Conway told me. And this is exactly what he said. He said, Ronnie, he said two things. He said, there is no secret formula for what we do. You have to be at the right place at the right time, and you've got to be able to back it up. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, I believe that. So we were going to Louisville, and he always wanted me to ride with him on his bus, which I did. And he said, I see where you're going to be on the Ralph Emery show Monday. I said, yes, sir. He said, all right, here's what I'm going to tell you. He said, when that red light comes on, they're going to know who you are. I said, what do you mean? He said, that camera bears your soul. And I have never forgotten that, because every time I see certain people on television, I go, damn, Conway was right. Some of these folks I see, I go, oh, all right. Conway, he knew what he was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, some random question. If you could go back in time and perform with any artist from any era, who would it be and why?
I think I know.
Well, I mean, that's simple. I've worked with pretty much everybody and his uncle, and that's the God's truth. In 50 years, if you do this 50 years, you're pretty much going to run into everybody. And thank God I grew up in the business when I did, because I got to work with my friend for 40 years, George Jones, Ernest Tubb, Roy Acuff, you name it, Marty Robbins. I got to work with all these people I grew up with, listening to. And then I got to work with Kenny Rogers, everybody and his uncle. But if I could perform one song with Elvis Presley, that would be the biggest. I mean, what thrill would that not be? Just to do an a cappella song with him, just part of his song,
Absolutely.
Of course.
Who wouldn't want that?
The king, the legend.
Yeah. But Colonel Tom Parker wouldn't have let me.
Yeah, right. Unless he had his paws in it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy. So Ronnie, what do you do to recharge when you're not singing and performing and doing all that crazy stuff?
Well, believe it or not, I work out all the time. And when I was 26 years old and I got into this business and I had The King Is Gone, I was eating correctly then, believe it or not, at 77. I don't eat cows. I don't eat pigs. I've always tried to take care of myself. And all of my 5 band members, when I'd get on the bus, they'd go, well, Ronnie's on a diet. We're all going to starve. Well, I know, but guess what? Sadly, they're all gone. because of lifestyle. And it's not rocket science. I don't drink alcohol that much, but I do have a little red wine before I sing because I think a little red wine's good for the blood. And I don't overdo it. Of course, all of us have at one time, but I don't do that anymore. But I walk 2 miles every day. Today I did push-ups, sit-ups, curls. Yeah, I really take care of myself. Ain't nobody else going to do it.
Pardon? You had a health scare not too long ago.
Dude, I had a stroke. You can see right there where they cut me. And the surgeon, she was absolutely drop dead gorgeous. 38 years old. Her name was Christine. And she, just before she put that mask on me to put me to sleep, I said, Christine, you got to tell me something. She said, what, Ronnie? Hurry up. I got to cut you open. You got a blood clot. I said, please tell me this ain't your first rodeo. She said, Ronnie, I'll tell you, I've been doing quite a few. I said, okay. So she woke me up after she cut me open. She said, I got to put you back, cut you open again. You got another blood clot. I said, I hope you're kidding. She said, no, I'm not. So they had to cut me back open, but you can't hardly see it anymore. But so I went back Monday for a checkup. She goes, I understand you got 2 shows this weekend. I said, yeah, I got one with my friend Neil McCoy and got one down in Mississippi. Well, I actually had 3. She said, do not let those girls get your heart rate up. I said, dadgummit.
I love it.
But I'm doing great. I mean, after 8 weeks, 9 weeks, I'm back doing what I was doing before, doing all my workout.
Yeah.
I feel like an 18-year-old, but
you look great.
Thank you. I feel like
amazing.
Thank you. I feel like an 18-year-old, but I don't want one. No.
Well, Tyler's still 18, isn't he?
Well, Tyler, he looks like a movie star. He works out all the time. He's, built up like a muscle man. But yeah, Tyler, he takes care of himself too. He takes better care of himself than I do. But actually, I've been doing really good. For 50 years, I got most of my kids eating healthy. And, it's, to me, it's that old cliche. We are what we eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Health is wealth.
Yeah. If you don't have that, you have nothing. It's like Steve Jobs told his sister on his deathbed. This is a fact. He said, sis, I would give anything had I not chased money all the time. He said a $30,000 car will get you from A to B just like a $300,000 car.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been my philosophy. You know what I drive? Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I drive my daddy's 1987 Ford Ranger. It's my favorite.
Really?
It was his 37th vehicle in his lifetime. He was a trucker in the teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. And when he died in 90, he was 80. I told my siblings, all 9 of them, I said, the only thing I want is my daddy's little truck. And that's what I'm still driving.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love that.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, me too.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. I love that.
Well, Ronnie, where are you traveling next? Where can people watch your show?
Well, I'm at the Troubadour this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. When I'm not on the road, I work at the VIP at the Troubadour. And then the next weekend, I'm in my hometown, as I said, on Hee Haw in the cornfield with Roy Acuff. Portland, Tennessee, population 3,476. Salute. And me and Roy Acuff, we sang this. And y'all sang it with me because we all know it. I've searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. And Roy Acuff spit in my face, and I can say that Roy Acuff spit in my face, and boy, did he. But let me tell you what he did. He come up to me after the show, and he goes, son, you know that song you debuted tonight? I said, yes, sir. And he said, that's going to be a #1 record for you. You know what it was? You're going to ruin my bad reputation.
Oh, wow.
Roy Acuff had a good ear.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then you'll be at the Nashville Palace with us on November 5th. Patrick and I will be there, and it'll be, and then all these great artists.
Elvis. when I
Pardon?
we're going to talk more Elvis when I see you on the 5th.
Yeah, man. Can you believe I got to be Elvis's voice with Kurt Russell in '78?
That's amazing.
And I just saw that movie was seen by 42 million people.
Wow.
And it was movie of the year. Then Priscilla called me. She said, Ronnie, I want you to be Elvis's voice in my new movie, Elvis and Me. I didn't want to do it at first. I was trying to get away from that. But she called me up 2 weeks later. She said, Ronnie, you got to do this. I don't want nobody else doing it. I've listened to every Elvis sound alike. I said, Priscilla, I really don't want to do that. She said, please do this. I said, okay. I said, how much are they going to pay me? When she told me, I said, when do you want me there? And I did 38 songs in that movie. And everywhere I go, everybody goes, hey, what's she like? And I said, I don't know, but I know what she don't like because I tried that.
Oh.
And then I did Elvis. I did Elvis Meets Nixon, Elvis and the Beauty Queen. I was Elvis in a Twilight Zone episode.
That's
the
awesome.
ABC TV series, Sweet Dreams with
I know it.
Patsy. I did Can't Help Falling in Love in that movie. With Richard Gere, I did Suspicious Minds. I took my 84-year-old Aunt Irma. She was sitting next to me. They didn't tell me where I was going to sing the song. Richard Gere stripped off butt naked and got in the shower.
Oh,
And he turned on a waterproof radio and he started singing along with me as Elvis to Suspicious Minds. And I said, Aunt Irma, I said, I swear to God, I did not know where they were going to play this. We can leave. She goes, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, she was 84 years old at the time.
That's great. Judy on Facebook, she says, Ronnie, you are great. I love to hear your music. Keep staying young, singing and dancing.
Oh, I still do the twist and all that. At 70, going on 76, I'm still doing the twist, just like my friend Chubby Checker.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Ronnie, I
That's
appreciate
great.
you joining us. It was a pleasure. It was a treat. I'm excited to see you and meet you in 3 weeks. And who knows? Maybe we'll do some other projects. Maybe next year when I'm at the Troubadour doing Roger the Wild Child show live, you and Tyler could come and sing for us.
Well, I would love to. And by the way, Tyler's at the Josie Awards on the opera stage, November the 2nd. He opens up the show.
Very nice. Congratulations to him.
But I got to tell you, I'll not to interrupt, but I was just on the Ray Stevens show not long ago, and the producer grabbed my arm. He said, Ronnie, whatever you do, would you talk to Ray? We can't get nobody to talk to him. And I said, man, I ain't got no problem with that. So halfway through the interview, Ray Stevens leaned back and he said, you sure do talk a lot. I said, well, Ray, your producer told me to talk to you a lot. Want to come out here? He goes, yeah, but you talk a lot. So I hope I haven't talked y'all's ears off.
Oh, no, it was wonderful.
No, we
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh.
We love to hear the
Love the
stories.
history, love the stories.
Yeah.
It's my life. I've had the most blessed life, but let me tell you why. The two boys I went in, Jimmy Dale Hunter and Raymond Wright, we were 18 years old. We landed in Vietnam. From my little hometown of Portland, Tennessee, I came back. They died. So tell me, have I been blessed or what? That's why I'm so blessed, because I got
You
to
are
come back and
blessed.
live my dream.
You're
And,
blessed.
that's why I'm more than happy to help the boys in blue. But I got to tell you this story and I'll leave you alone. I got pulled over the other night and I had my trailer in my, I had my lights. I didn't plug up my lights to my trailer. And this young police, he said, you ain't got no lights on that trailer. And I said, I forgot to plug them up. He said, you been drinking? And I said, no, I don't drink. He said, how come I smell beer? Well, me and my cousin, we had a couple of beers up there at Brewster's in Portland, my hometown. I said, I don't know. I don't drink. Well, my nephew is a deputy sheriff. He said, hey, you any kin to Jody McDowell? I said, yeah, he's a deputy sheriff. Call him up. He'll tell you I don't drink. He said, all right, me and Jody are big buddies. Go on. He said, just plug your lights up. So he calls my nephew and he said, hey, Jody, I just pulled your Uncle Ronnie over. Does he drink? And my nephew goes, why, he drinks like a fish.
I love it. I love it.
But don't tell the boys in blue that.
Oh my goodness.
Great story.
Oh my gosh. Ronnie McDowell, it was a pleasure. I am so thankful to have you on the show. We need to have you come back. Love the
Pleasure.
stories that you have. And man, this was fun.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. I had fun being with y'all, and good luck with your show. And I'll be there, and I'm looking forward to being with all my friends, John, Connie, John Barry, all them boys. I grew up in the business, but I grew up before them boys in
You
the
should
business.
tell your buddy Neil McCoy to come join us.
Yeah, I will. If Neil's in town, I promise I will.
All right.
Neil McCoy is a down-to-earth, wonderful person.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah. Well,
So-
thank y'all.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Ronnie.
you.
It was great to meet you.
Thank you,
Pleasure,
darling.
Ronnie. Pleasure.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ronnie. Have a
Y'all
good night.
too. Thanks, Roger.
All right. Bye-bye. What an awesome interview that was.
That was phenomenal.
You could
Love
obviously
that guy.
see that shining personality runs in the family, you know?
It
Oh, yeah.
does. Yes.
That was amazing.
Wow.
That was really, really great. I love the stories. I love the history. I love all that's all good stuff. You know, that's really great. It was really enjoyable. I really loved that.
Absolutely. So, tonight I'm really excited to talk with we have an artist who's redefining what modern pop can be: bold, expressive, and full of emotion. Now, he's a visionary who literally sees sound and color, blending dance beats, storytelling, and cinematic visuals into one electric experience. Now, his single, Automatic, has been turning heads and getting people talking. Please welcome Kayn Falcon to the show. Hello, Kayn.
Hey, Kayn, how are you?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, good. Welcome.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for hanging out in the green room a little bit longer. We were just having a
You're
bunch of
good.
laughs with such a legend, you know?
Yeah.
No, you're good. I thought I was like, you know what? I was like, am I in the right place? Just making sure. But no, you're good.
Am I in the right interview?
Right. I was like, wait. I was like panicking, but you know what? We're good.
Yeah. So, Kayn, I mean, we are a country music show, but we like to step out of the boundaries and bring in some rising stars. And you yourself is a rising pop artist. So I got to start with this. Now, you've got something really unique going on, and you experience synthesis where you actually see sound in color. Now, that's wild. So tell us what that is all about.
Yeah, it's called synesthesia. It's when you listen to music or you hear like just general sound and you see like a feel of moving colors in your head. The way that I explain it, it's like in the back of your head. It's not fully blocking your vision. It's just I don't know, it's a weird connection of senses from what I've learned from my years of trying to figure out the meaning behind this interesting gift.
That's amazing. So when you're writing or producing, do you start with those visuals first, or does the melody lead the way?
Melody normally goes the first way. The way that I explain the colors, it's kind of like the feeling of the song, like the aura that it has. But normally when I make records, I produce my own beats. So I kind of just do production first, and then I write on top of it. So for the most part, it's production and then melody. And then as I build the record, I try to get an overall idea of what it is. And then, yeah, I just kind of go from there and continue fixing and perfecting.
Yeah, I love that creative process. Now, you said before that your music blends emotion with energy. Now, it's heartfelt, but it also makes you move. So
Yeah.
was there a turning point where you realized, okay, I'm not just making pop, I'm building an experience?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every record that I make has to have a deeper meaning. I think I use music as a tool to send a message. because I think it's more powerful than we give it, the idea of. But I definitely try to make sure that my records have, well, number one, message, but number two, they have some movement to it, put some soul into it. And yeah, I like to, get into the mindset of, okay, a lot of people are going to listen to this. What can they take away from this song besides the message? You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure we're getting a good experience, because music is an experience. For me, at least for me, it's quite literally like a spiritual type of thing. It's really insane. But I don't let anything go by. I try to perfect every detail in the song. I'm a maniac when it comes to that. I'm like always.
That's okay. Okay. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kayn, where are you based out of?
I'm in Connecticut right now.
Oh, are you? I'm in New York. Where in Connecticut?
I'm in Norwalk.
All right. I know exactly where you are. Cool. So, do you perform out a lot, or do you put records out? Do you perform? Do you tour, or do you just put music out, or what's your story?
So right now, I'm kind of working on, doing a lot of more online performing. So like online virtual concerts.
Cool.
That's kind of what's bringing in more of the crowd on TikTok, Instagram. I have gone out.
And that's the way to go nowadays.
That's the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I'm doing a lot of, I've gone to like open mics, a couple bars around the area. I'm kind of building that momentum to start performing at the club scene, because pop music is, or EDM pop, what do you want to call it? It thrives in the club scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preparing for live performance is a lot of fun. But I think, creating again a story in the performance, for me, it's more important. So like bring in the theatrics of music. People are looking at you, give a good show, yeah, but like also tell a story as you are performing.
Right. And your song Automatic, it feels big and cinematic, but it is also personal. So what inspired that song? What do you hope people feel when they hear it?
Yeah, Automatic is a kind of a commentary on modern society. I'm currently 22, and this is last year. I went out to eat and I saw a grandma, and I'm guessing, what was her like niece or baby, I'm guessing. And the baby was in the phone, and the grandma was just eating out, and like kind of just acknowledging the room. And I kind of felt this sense of like, wow, like even though technology is exponentially growing and AI is coming, it's becoming a thing, and we're getting better at things, I feel like we're kind of losing that human touch. So I think for the most part, Automatic is about living life on like autopilot. Yeah. And so it's a bit of a commentary. So if you listen to the record, the verse kind of invites you to this perfect world, and then the chorus is restating this, automatically. It's kind of given this idea of like everything happens automatically, you're not really thinking. However, the meaning is a bit hidden. You have to kind of really dig deeper into the lyrics to find it. I do, like I said, I like to write with intention. So you have the hook, and then the meaning in the back, and then the instrumentals up front to kind of give this illusion that you're being hit with a bunch of info. But yeah, Automatic is definitely a song that took me a while to make, because again, I kind of prioritize the hooks first, but I want to make sure that what you're repeating has a meaning to it.
Right. I'd love to hear this. Can we play this, Roger? Or can you fire it up? Or
I don't have it. So I asked Anna to send it to me, but I don't think she got the message in time.
Okay.
But any acapella you could do?
Pardon?
Can you do acapella on it?
Yeah. No. Come to suburbia, come to suburbia, a place so static, so hip and so hypnotic. And in suburbia, evolve the planet till it falls down to granite. You can't stop it. It'll happen automatically. You're gonna see. Automatically, you're gonna see. Give them some automatic, give them some plastic static, so erotic, bionic. Very subtle with one. Again, it's an invitation of sorts, and it takes a minute to get a sense of the meaning. But I really want,
Nice.
a record that was more on the nose.
Great.
So how's travel life for you?
What?
How's travel life?
It's been insane. Well, right now I'm kind of traveling more to like New York to finish doing like vocals and stuff, because I do write my own music and I do produce my own records. But when it comes to like finalizing vocals, I do go to New York City. I also like to get like inspo from different places. So whether it's going to like New Hampshire, Boston, Costa Rica, I like to travel out and get, catch the energy from different places. So it's been pretty good, just busy trying to, maintain a good schedule. I think having a good schedule, it's what's keeping me sane, keeping me, from crashing out. But I do believe that, having a good schedule is it's key to success.
This is true.
Agree.
Staying busy.
100%.
Where do you record vocals in Manhattan?
Flux Studios.
Where?
Flux, Flux.
Where's that based? Where is that?
It's downtown.
Okay, cool.
It's a I like it because it's a small place. Like you have to it's a very small recording studio. I like to go underground because I feel like there's this coziness to being underground under the Big Apple. But yeah, I like cozy places. I think when I have gone to bigger studios, it's a bit of a different vibe. You have to kind of really, connect, and I kind of struggle doing that. But because again, at least for me, writing is such a personal and spiritual almost, of a thing. So I try to be in a small space and really get a sense of it.
Cool. That's great.
So what artists have inspired your career?
Oh, good Lord. Who hasn't inspired my career? You can learn so much from so many different people. Lord G. I mean, anywhere from like Madonna to like, Kylie Minogue, 21 Pilots, John Bellion, Melanie Martinez. I feel like I do pay a lot of homage to Madonna because I think as a pop artist, you have to look at the legends and you have to learn from them. And I think she really, she crafted a way for a lot of people. And, but I think artistry wise, Madonna, the way that she reinvented herself, her era was so amazing. I think we kind of have lacked a bit of that. And then,
I love Madonna.
Yeah, she's like so dope. I love 21 Pilots. John Bellion is like I call him like my production dad because I've learned so much from his music. Lyrically, somebody like Lana or like Melanie Martinez have also really inspired me because I feel like the way they write is so like specific. It's so settled. Amazing. Again, I believe that you have to kind of paint a picture to get the imagery. So I think they're. I mean, again, my career is looking from a little bit of everyone because you can learn from. You literally learn from everyone when you're in this industry. It would be very, tone deaf of any of you to like not learn from the greatest. And so
Exactly.
I mean, I am my own person, but I take influences for everyone. So I think big part of it.
Awesome. So where can everybody find you?
You can find me quite literally everywhere. You can find me on Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, as Kayn Falcon. That's Kayn, yeah, Falcon. And yeah, on YouTube and everything.
Very
Awesome.
cool. I'm looking you up right now and I'm going to start following all your stuff.
I'll follow back. I swear. I haven't been on my
Awesome.
phone too lately, as of I've been super busy making beats and out like selling them. But I will definitely be following back.
Alrighty. All right, Kayn, thank you for joining us. It was a treat. Thank you for hanging out in the green room, like I said, a little bit longer. But definitely good luck with what your venture that you're building for yourself. And I definitely see you growing in the pop industry. So, we'll be going back and we'll be like, we remember when he was on our show.
You'll come back to the show. Keep us in the loop. Keep us posted. Keep putting good music out. Put out hit songs, man.
Yeah.
Will do.
That's what people want to hear, man. The hits will set you free, brother.
They will.
Exactly.
All right, Kayn, thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Bye.
So, great show tonight. Got some great artists. I mean, Ronnie, what a storyteller he is. And I mean, just his path, his journey, and what he's been through in life, and I mean, his music, his family, so blessed with that. And then, Kayn, I mean, this guy's on a rise. I mean, he's got, he puts color, cinematic into his music. I mean, it's like people, like artists have different things that inspire them. It's great to, it's great to see an artist, put their heart into the music, and you definitely see that with Kayn.
Absolutely, 100%.
Don't forget, you want to join us November 5th in Nashville. Patrick and I will be out there. I'll be co-hosting this great event. Never forgotten, never alone. We are helping law enforcement, fallen officers, artists John Barry, Chad Brock, Maggie Bow, John Conley, Buddy Jewell, Vince Gill, Mark Wills, Ronnie McDowell, Daryl Worley, Jennifer Grant, Billy Joe Jones will all be there, and maybe some more surprises. So tickets, go to thewoundedblue.org. You can get your tickets there. And we look forward to seeing you guys here in 3 weeks. We're going to take a fall break, but we'll be back like mid-November after our Nashville show to continue doing this great show on Wednesday nights.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So
great night.
All right, guys. You guys have yourself an amazing week. Enjoy your Halloween. Hope to see you guys in Nashville on November 5th.
Bye, everyone.
See you there. Bye. Great
All right,
show
see you
tonight.
guys.